Join, wager, cash in, and get a $150 bonus. Sign up now at tvg.com.
Time to talk a little Derby here on TVG. Kentucky Derby about 4 or 5 months away, but got to start diving into some of these prospects. And over the weekend, we saw the Holy Bull there at Gulfstream Park, one of the prelude races there to the Florida Derby, and a pretty talented bunch. And, you know, this is kind of early on in the year where you start to realize who's the contender and who's the pretender of the bunch. And Cairo Prince, very touted coming into this race for Kieran McLaughlin, just lost by a nose last time out at Aqueduct there to Honor Code. And we know that Honor Code probably the favorite there east of the Mississippi for the Kentucky Derby. But the Holy Bull was a pretty competitive race there at Gulfstream Park. It was slated as the 10th race on the program on Saturday. A lot of eyes, a lot of attention there on the Holy Bull. And we'll take a look here at the race. Cairo Prince would go off as your favorite there for Kieran McLaughlin, the son of Pioneer of the Nile. Here's the Holy Bull Grade 2 event.
And it's Financial Mogul with a good beginning. Coup de Grace sent through on the inside, now up and after the lead. And right alongside is Almost Famous. Mr. Speaker is just outside those leaders. And these three have the most early speed. And then Best Plan yet to the inside. Cairo Prince finds himself fifth early, racing 4 lengths off the lead and just ahead of Our Caravan as they make their way toward the backstretch. Then Big Bazinga, Wicked Strong is 7 lengths behind. Then Financial Mogul to the inside, Intense Holiday and Conquest Titan. 23-3 was the opening quarter. On to the backstretch they go, and it's Coup de Grace and Almost Famous locked in battle. They are noses apart on the lead. And then Mr. Speaker just to the outside of them. These three right together up the backstretch, and Cairo Prince is with them fourth on the outside. Best Plan yet fifth along the rail. Then Big Bazinga followed by Our Caravan. Wicked Strong still about 7 lengths behind. Intense Holiday. Then comes Financial Mogul, and at the back of the field is Conquest Titan. 46-3 for the first half mile of the Holy Bull, and Coup de Grace given way and just checked out of the pack. It is now Almost Famous in front. Mr. Speaker and Cairo Prince are right alongside. Intense Holiday and Financial Mogul is moving on the far outside. Then Best Plan yet, Coup de Grace, who is in trouble, has dropped to mid-pack. They're coming to the top of the stretch. And Cairo Prince and Luis Saez have taken the lead. And they'll turn for home in front by 2. Almost Famous is next. Financial Mogul, Intense Holiday. Conquest Titan running a big one on the far outside. But Cairo Prince has run away. Cairo Prince and Luis Saez with an emphatic win in the Holy Bull.
Well, you heard it there from race caller Larry Colmus, an emphatic victory there for Cairo Prince. We're going to spot shadow him here at the top of the stretch. And look, this is a race early in the year where I understand if you're a handicapper, I was in the same boat. You're looking for prices. You're kind of looking for that horse under the radar, but no need to look too far here in this Holy Bull, because it turned out that Cairo Prince, the super talented son of Pioneer of the Nile, was much the best. You're going to see just a couple of whips there late in the race from Luis Saez just to keep this one focused, but really no need, because this one was cruising to an easy score there. And you look at the fact that Cairo Prince, I mean, the 4 starts now, you have 3 victories, all very impressive, and then the 1 loss was in the Grade 2 Remsen to Honor Code in that just really interesting race. It was a slow pace. Honor Code came back along the inside, but I thought that if Luis Saez would have really kept busy on Cairo Prince there in the Remsen, this horse could be undefeated, being by Pioneer of the Nile. So let's take a look here at the pedigree tree. Pioneer of the Nile, kind of a new face on the breeding scene, but, you know, think of Pioneer of the Nile. A lot of people forget that. Let's say if Mind That Bird didn't pull off the crazy upset in the mud up the rail, Pioneer of the Nile finished second that year in the Kentucky Derby. And also, check out on the bottom side, only fitting that a horse out of a Holy Bull mare would win the Holy Bull, and that's the case there with Cairo Prince. Now, like always, you're going to have people at this point in the year saying, well, Pioneer of the Nile, is it a horse bred to go along? I mean, he ran second in the Kentucky Derby. I don't see why not. And I'll tell you what, with Kieran McLaughlin, I've been out there reporting quite a bit here over the last few years, and you hear a lot of comments from the trainers. This is the one comment that's always the best sign. When you hear somebody before the race, which this is what Kieran McLaughlin said, we've got no excuses. Anytime they say we've got no excuses, they're kind of putting their neck on the line, basically saying, look, we've got the best horse. The horse should easily win, and that was the case with Cairo Prince. So you would think that it'd be the Fountain of Youth up next, could be a possible rematch with Honor Code, and about a nose separated them last time in the Remsen. So let's take a look here at the upcoming prep race. We talk about the Withers coming up on Saturday, the Saturday Spotlight. And keep in mind that the Holy Bull was, the new point system, only 10 points awarded to Cairo Prince, but, he's well on his way to being eligible for the Kentucky Derby. But the Fountain of Youth up next, 50 points will be on the line for the winner there. So it's early on in the road to the Kentucky Derby, but Cairo Prince really showing every time that he's got the talent, he's got the upside, and he has got the ability. We'll take a look at the points leaders. As of now, Havana for Todd Pletcher right there with 14. Cairo Prince and Honor Code also tied there at the top with 14. Havana's got a little bit more there in the earnings, but keep in mind, a lot of defections last year in the Kentucky Derby leading up, just like there is each year, but 17, 18, 20 points, somewhere in that ballpark is going to get you into the Derby. I think that's going to be plenty enough. So horses like Havana, Cairo Prince, Honor Code, obviously they're in the driver's seat. And hey, it's early in the year, but never too early to start evaluating the prospects. And look, I tried to have a little bit more unbiased view this year. Last year, I was trying to make up my mind early. Who's the horse? Who am I going to start touting? I'm not going to do that this year. I'm just going to take an unbiased look at all these horses leading up to the Kentucky Derby. And then when the time comes to put the money down on the table on that first Saturday in May, hopefully we'll have a winning selection. So Cairo Prince, certainly a horse to take a look at. And we'll keep chronicling a lot of these Derby prospects as we roll right along on the road to the Kentucky Derby.